Yes. This is the elixir of life, sir.
The elixir of life?
The cure for all diseases. Wait, see. Wait, give me the scripture at the bottom.
Give it to me.
Open.
This can't be. What? You know what this is? What is it, Buddha? It's the book of life. The book of life. In the beginning, when man arrived on earth, the black gods that leave their spacecraft, and they brought and they named the beast of the sea and the animals of the land. And man in his blackness did walk the earth, making medicine. They discovered time. These are all black people, goddamn!
Listen now.
Oh, get this book out of here, baby! Started the music and the brain surgery back in the year 3 BC. Man, they was getting down. This is it, brother. Everybody want to know about this. Listen, we can change the history. Civilization will change.
Shut up. Good heavens, time for tea, eh?
That's the secret. 1977, Richard Pryor showed us the secret. An Egyptologist went into a tomb and found the book of life. The book of life. Africans came and created everything. Everything. And there's nothing in there about Europeans. All right. They created brain surgery back in the year 3 BC. He was off by about 2,700 years. But he was still in the right ballpark. But notice Richard Pryor said, wait till the brothers and sisters see this. I've got to get this book out of here. It will change history. Why? Because knowledge is power. So Richard wanted to get the book out of here, and these folks said, we cannot destabilize the power structure in the country and in the world. So they destroyed the secret. You all understand what we're talking about here? It's about you. It's about you knowing who you are, what your ancestors done, how your ancestors knew God, the words they used to relate to God. This knowledge allowed these Africans 6,000 years ago to create things that mankind, with all of its technology, cannot duplicate today. Do you realize that within the 20th century, more people died in warfare at the hands of Christians, Jews, and Muslims in the last century than died in wars in the totality of all humanity? Wow. Maybe there is another way. I submit this for your consideration. Maybe there is another way. Have you taken the time to investigate these other ways? To see what they are, where they came from, and what value they have in your life? If you haven't, then I would suggest that you do so. Because without knowing what existed, there's an old saying, high school teacher of mine used to say that to not know what happened before one was born was to always remain a child. And I submit to you all this afternoon, this evening now, that to not know what happened before your ancestors were enslaved is to always remain a slave. That's right. Okay? So it's about taking that step to know who you are, and then applying that knowledge in your life for your sake, for your children's sake, for your community's sake, for the world's sake. Because what's been operating in the world for the last 2,000 years, it ain't working. It ain't working. There were other ways that have been suppressed. Do you know those ways? So, I want to share with you another clip, another movie. The movie came out about 3 years ago. The movie was entitled National Treasures. National Treasure. And I did a lecture on National Treasure. Same thing with National Treasure that I did on the Da Vinci Code and the Secret. Dissect it, analyze it from an African-centered perspective. The opening sequence of National Treasure begins in 1974. Begins in 1974. I want to share with you that opening sequence to National Treasure. And I want you to see how this relates to the secret. All right?
Was 1832 on a night much like this. Charles Carroll was the last surviving signer of the Declaration of Independence. He was also a member of a secret society known as the Masons, and he knew he was dying. He woke up his stable boy in the middle of the night and ordered him to take him to the White House to see Andrew Jackson, because it was urgent and he speak to the president.
Did you talk to him?
No, he never got the chance. The president wasn't there that night. But Charles Carroll had a secret. So he took into his confidence one person he could, my grandfather's grandfather, Thomas Gates.
What was the secret?
A treasure. A treasure beyond all imagining. A treasure that had been fought over for centuries by tyrants, pharaohs, emperors, warlords. And every time it changed hands, it grew larger. And then suddenly, it vanished. It didn't reappear for more than 1,000 years, when knights from the First Crusade discovered secret vaults beneath the Temple of Solomon. You see, the knights who found the vaults believed that the treasure was too great for any one man, not even the king. They brought the treasure back to Europe and took the name, the Knights Templars. Over the next century, they smuggled it out of Europe, and they formed a new brotherhood called the Freemasons in honor of the builders of the Great Temple. War followed. By the time of the American Revolution, the treasure had been hidden again. By then, the Masons included George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Paul Revere. They knew they had to make sure the treasure would never fall into the hands of the British. So they devised a series of clues and maps to its location. Over time, the clues were lost or forgotten, until only one remained, and that was the secret that Charles Carroll entrusted to young Thomas Gates.